Greetings, welcome back to part 2 of the Blood and Wine walkthrough. We are currently just about entering Toussaint, and we've already encountered trouble. The main quest we are doing is the Beast of Toussaint, and we've discovered that the third corpse, or the third victim of the Beauclair killer or murderer, has appeared. We are going to investigate a corpse that washed out on the shores of the river.
Oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
A short tutorial on what mutations are and how or why you should pay attention to the Grandmaster Witcher gear. I have tutorials on both of these things in my guides and tutorial section for The Witcher 3, so we're not gonna waste time talking about those.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around, make sure they didn't miss anything.
This is beyond gorgeous. I know that YouTube doesn't do justice to this game. It's simply because the bitrate YouTube is able to provide is not nearly enough to show absolutely every single moving part here. Now remember, this is a walkthrough and we care mostly about the story, so I'm not going to loot everything that lies around. There is shitloads for
Upscaled
looting.
boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Follow the prints.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
We've got some drowners over there, and if you'd like to make a very quick recap, drowners are... where the hell are they? Necro. That's where we will find the drowners, and the quick information tells us that, of course, they are weak against Necro. Necro is right here. I might actually as well equip this and be prepared. Yes, I know that I haven't fully equipped and upgraded my gear on this save. Okay, I was kind of wrong. These aren't exactly drowners. But they act and behave exactly the same way as drowners. And I think we're about to get a bestiary update on these creatures as soon as this fight is finished. That's a quick way to finish them. Of course. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's one difference between them and the normal drowners. These things hurt a lot when they explode in your face. And oh, my poor friend is being taken care of. Oh, hello there. Now this guy is by default level 34 or 5, I believe, but because I'm playing with the enemies upscaled, this guy is actually being brought up to what the developers from CDPR consider to be my level difficulty. I've not played the game with different difficulties and only on Deathmarch, so I'm not really sure how enemy subscale works on the other 3 available difficulties. Let's just take a look around. Whoop, what do we have here?
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free.
Next
Dive
step,
in, make sure they didn't miss anything.
dive in. And be sure to have at least enough bread to survive.
handkerchief. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Need to comb the bank.
That is kind of an Easter egg, the DLC moment.
Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Unfortunately, we're not done yet.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free.
Well, actually, we're going back, and I don't remember what was the oh, there it is. The last part.
Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Let's go.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
This is because Toussaint is usually, as we've already heard, the land of love and wine. People here are careless. They live their free and normal lives without trouble, or very minimal normal trouble like brigands or bandits.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
It's not exactly easy to run with all this armor. And Milton is very nicely demonstrating this. But there is a reason why I'm following him.
Once you have finished
I'm not
examining
rushing
the
ahead.
corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
We're about to see about that. Quick note, during the next cutscene, watch for a woman in a hood.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Parent. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw... a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at CORVO BIANCO to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, CORVO BIANCO is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable!
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The ducal chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswork.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster. Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
CORVO BIANCO lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions. But it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Time to go and visit Corvo Bianco. Follow the road, I said. Will I be able to find my loyal horse? Hey, Roach. Whoops. That's the wrong button. Well, that's the right button, but pressed in the wrong moment. So, about 230-ish steps to the, what is it, southwest. And we will find Corvo Bianco. If you've been watching my videos prior to starting this walkthrough, you know what Corvo Bianco is, and you know why it is important. Now what the hell is happening here? Take a look at these gardens and compare them from the video that I've published after Corvo Bianco has been completely upgraded and renovated. Whoa. Corpses everywhere.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. In the cellar. Gotta be. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Rever Muck carried the body in his cart.
That's quite some strength. Because I know what to follow, I would like to quickly equip the appropriate buffs. Where the hell is it? This one. And I'm just going to randomly put this potion right here, because superior black blood is extremely useful fighting. Well, you've read the description already,
Footprints.
so that's kind of a
Small
spoiler.
bare feet lead deeper into the cellar, hurled against the wall with great force.
Who has the force to hurl such a big man
Took a
like
lot of
that?
strength to batter this down.
One quick save wouldn't hurt.
You. Saw you at the inn.
The hooded woman. Which actually, I admit, the first time I played the game,
Why'd you
I
kill
thought,
these
hey,
people?
wait, is that
It
Yen?
wasn't for their blood.
Hello, Bruxa.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
And here begins the second semi-serious boss fight in Blood and Wine. First one being the giant.
I
Which wasn't
cannot
that
let
hard.
you leave.
Oh, hello, beautiful. Both potions are active. Yarden is on the ground because it makes her appear. And because I've already used the potion, let me show you quickly what it does. Superior Black Blood is the best of the Black Blood potions. It lasts for 60 seconds and returns 30% of the damage. Vampires and necrophages start bleeding when near the Witcher. In addition, the Witcher's blood injures and knocks them back when they wound him. Oh, wait. Oh, come on, beautiful. Don't eat my face. I value my face. Damn it! She's smart. But that's how you do it. Overbuffed, prepared, and knowing what you're facing.
What's she doing at the table, though?
That march is very unforgiving if you come unprepared and if you don't have enough experience with the combat system of the game. Now let's see the desecrated body. Ugh.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
It's easy to miss or forget, so I'm gonna insist on you guys. Pay attention to this detail here with the hand. We're about to see it later on.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Because I mentioned Nilfgaard, I would like to quickly impart a very small explanation. The Duchy of Toussaint is actually part of the Nilfgaard Empire.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Of course, now we have to go and see Her Illustrious Highness, the Duchess Anna Henrietta. But this, my friends, as you've already guessed, is going to happen in part 3. Thank you very much for enjoying the Witcher 3 Blood and Wine walkthrough with me. I was Volk. Don't forget to join me for the next one. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If so, click the like button and help me out. Also leave a comment and let me know what you think. Visit my website volk.com for daily videos and news, and stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge.